Om Shanti. Welcome. Welcome to this moment with yourself on your mat. To really be present for yourself, to connect with this moment. To for a moment let go of all your expectations for the day. All the things you have planned. And trust that everything will unfold the way it needs to. Meanwhile, just being here and present for yourself as you move through the class, staying really connected with your breathing. Your breath is your closest friend. It is closer than a pill, a supplement, a doctor, a psychologist. It's always with you, and it's very connected to how you feel emotionally. And we've become very disconnected from our breath. We forget about it most of the day, unless we're doing yoga, perhaps. We tend to breathe very shallowly. So we're using perhaps a very small percentage of the capacity, the lung capacity that we have. So the lungs kind of become lazy. But not only the lungs, the diaphragm that moves just underneath your rib cage, that muscle, that also pushes your organs. And so when you're breathing really deeply and fully, you're not only oxygenizing your blood more, you're creating more vital energy in the body, more chi, prana, but you're also really nurturing your organs, your cells. So it is extremely healing. You can manage pain through your breath. You can sleep better through your breath. And so really throughout the class, apart from being focused on your posture and the poses that you're doing, really I invite you to constantly come back to the breathing. I often mention it, I guide you, but it is up to you to really get the most out of your breath. So that means exhaling as far as you can, whenever you can, making space for a deeper breath to come back in again. And to constantly connect with it. See where you're holding on. See when you're holding your breath in a pose. Maybe there's a challenging pose for you and you're feeling a bit nervous and it makes you hold your breath. Maybe there is a particular pose that is causing some discomfort in the body. And again, the tendency will be to hold your breath, when exactly the opposite is what you need to do. You need to really feed that area. Make sure that the breathing, your breath gets to that point, and you can guide it, you can direct it. So just for a moment, notice the breathing right now. Be aware of what is moving in the body. And see if you can make your exhalation a little longer. And sometimes it really helps you to be more conscious of your exhalation by breathing out through your mouth. It's not necessary, but sometimes just to focus on breathing out through the mouth and even making a slight sort of O shape with your mouth, your lips, can help you to be more aware of going to the end of the breath and making more space for a deeper inhalation. So let it be a circular breath where basically the inhalation is coming in. There's a beat there at the top of the inhalation. The exhalation is released fully, and there's a beat at the end of the exhalation, but it's just continuous. There's no holding of the breath at this point. It's just that awareness of the end of the inhalation and the end of the exhalation. It's just a beat. And see what that is doing with you mentally and emotionally. You can, with the breathing becoming more full and optimal, your mind will become more either calm or also energized, more focused. Also your emotions, if you're feeling very erratic, feeling very upset or sad, your breathing will be affected. So how can you affect the emotional state that you're going through with your breath as well? By now, after having done so much yoga, you all have that experience, you all have that training, and you have the capacity to let your breath be a really important tool in your life. Okay, on an inhalation, bring the arms up sideways. Take the hands together above the head. Exhale, come into a soft forward bend. Letting the hands reach down to the floor, let your head hang loose. Inhale, push yourself away as you slowly uncurl the spine, coming up. Lift up the arms, back bend a little. Exhale, come into another forward bend. Head is totally relaxed. Bend the hips, lower the hips, bend the knees, slowly coming up on an inhalation again. One more time, back bending. And exhale. Really releasing right to the end. Bending the knees, coming up. Inhale. Lift up the arms. Good. And exhale, open the arms sideways, bringing them down to your hips. And we'll do a little windmill with the legs a little wider apart. Inhale, take the left arm up. Take it over to the right. Feel that stretch for a moment there. Really feel the whole of your left side there. Now bend your knees. Curve the back as you come forward. Let the head hang loose in the center. Now let the right arm continue the movement over to the left. Make a big circle with that right arm and finish the circle on the right. Good. Take the right arm up now, all the way to the left. Feel that stretch all along the right side of your body. And bending the knees, come into forward bend. Let everything hang loose at the front there. And then let the left arm push your feet into the floor as you're coming up. Use your core. You're not hanging in the back here. Release the left arm. One more time. Left arm over to the right. Exhale. Inhale on the left with the right arm coming up. Exhale. Good. Right arm over to the left. Exhale down to the front. Left arm coming up. And release. Good. Bring the feet together again. Nice. Bring your arms in a round shape as if you're hugging a tree. And then inhale, bring the hands in towards the heart. Exhale, release away from your heart, softening in the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you can always have a visualization here of receiving something in your heart, or receiving love, or giving love to yourself, and really releasing to somebody else who might need some support in their life at the moment, some help, some loving kindness. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Great. And then bring the hands to the front here in Anjali Mudra. And inhale, open your arms wide, lift your chest, looking up, arching the back. Exhale, bringing all the energy inward. Inhale, opening up, curving, arching the back, lifting, opening the pectoral muscles. Exhale, feel the movement through your spine. Inhale, feel this undulation, this wave of movement going through your body, working with your breath. And the breathing is like the crashing of the waves coming in from the ocean onto the beach, and the wave receding back to the ocean. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And inhale. And exhale, release the arms back down. Roll your shoulders for a moment. Roll them back. Good. And just bring your hands behind your neck, placing the hands just against the occipital ridge here, the base of your head. And we'll do a little bit of work. This is not, remember, this is more for the neck and the upper back. So when you come into your forward bending here, it's only really working the upper back and the neck. You don't have to come all the way down like we did in the windmill breath just now, all right? So start with your right elbow. Let the right elbow go to the right. Feel that stretch there for a moment as your left elbow points up to the ceiling. Then let the left elbow come forward. Feel the weight on the back of the head. Let the right elbow come up as the left elbow points down to the floor. And then slowly lean back into your hands with your head, cupping the head. And then continue the circle to the right. And one more time. Good. And when you're lying back into your hands, then go in the opposite direction. So the left elbow comes down to the left. Right elbow slowly comes forward. Left elbow comes up. And continue about 3 times there. Good. And then come back into just holding the head there in your hands and bringing the head back into the center, releasing the arms back down. Good. Nice. Okay, let's, I want to continue a little bit with the moon salutation this week, but we'll do the Dhru Yoga version that we did the other day. We did the Chandra Namaskar, the classical one. So for the Drew Yoga one, you'll use the mat like this, vertically. And if you need something to kneel on, you can have something underneath your knees, like a little blanket, if that helps. And so I was saying the other day, Candice, that you weren't there Tuesday. So this week there's a full moon. It's actually today. And it's been named the Strawberry Moon by the Native Americans, as it comes together with the harvest of the strawberries. It also has, I don't know if you can see it well, we haven't been able to see it so well the last days. It's been really cloudy here, but it is very low in the sky, and it has a sort of particular color. And it's also coming quite close to the summer solstice. So for this particular Chandra Namaskar, salute to the moon, we're again focusing very much on the hip area, the second chakra. Some twisting going on. You know, the curves that we make with the body. So again, just be present with your breathing. Keep the arms soft so that the elbows are always rounded, like the shape of the moon. So we bring, if you find it difficult to kneel, you can also start on a high kneeling posture. All right. So we bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra at the heart. And on an inhalation, we come up on in a high kneeling pose, and we exhale. Inhale, we step forward with the right foot. Exhale, we adjust the lower leg a little. Inhale, we turn the hands facing forward. Exhale, we extend outwards from the heart. Inhale, we open the arms wide, making that round shape. Exhale, we turn the palms to face upwards. Inhale, we bring the arms up above the head. Exhale, we lower the arms back down. Inhale, we open the arms wide. And exhale, we bring the left hand on the inside of the right foot. So anchor that hand first. If you need a block there, you can always place a block. And then turn to your right to look up at your soft, rounded right arm. So the elbow is round here, is soft. It's not rigid. It's not an arm that is totally straight up to the ceiling. It's softened. Now breathe into your right hip, breathe into your right groin, breathe into your sacrum, into your belly, that whole area of the second chakra, which is the water element. Breathing in, breathing out. Tuck your left rib cage under as you expose the right rib cage. Even though you're in a twist here, focus on the breathing. See if you can really push the breath through to the areas where you most need it right now. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look down at your hand. Inhale, release the left arm away from the mat. Exhale, place your right hand on the outside of your right foot. Again, you can use a block here if you need it. Anchor the right arm, then twist to your left, looking to your left rounded arm. Again, keep that elbow soft, so you're making almost that shape of the moon there with your left arm. And notice where you feel this now. What is different when you twist to the left? Do you still feel it in your right buttock, your right groin? Has something changed? Is the breathing helping you to surrender to the pose? Two more deep breaths. One last deep breath. And looking to the hand on the mat or your foot, strengthen your core, push your foot into the floor as you come up with your right arm. Exhale, palms facing upwards. Inhale, bring the arms together. Exhale, lower the arms back down in front of the body. Inhale, bring the hands to your heart. Exhale, let the right knee come down next to the left knee. Inhale. Exhale, lower the buttocks back down to the hips. Good. And we'll do the same now with the left leg starting first. Okay, so once again, have your core engaged. Strengthen the core there to not hang in your back. Strengthen your thighs. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale, step forward with your left foot. Exhale, adjust the right lower leg to have more balance. Inhale, turn the hands to face forward. Exhale, extend the arms outwards. Inhale, open the arms out to the side. Exhale, palms facing upwards. Soft movements here. Inhale, hands are coming together. Exhale, arms are coming down in front. Inhale, open the arms wide apart. Exhale, bring your right hand on the inside of your left foot. Anchor it first and then twist to look to your left and your left open, soft elbowed arm. Notice now the left hip, perhaps a little more, the glutes, the buttock, the left groin, the exposure of your left rib cage, the stomach and spleen. Breathe into your sides there. Push the air out as far as you can. Invite a deeper breath back in. One or two more deep breaths. Last deep breath in. And look down at your foot. Strengthen your core. Release your right hand away from the mat. And bring the left hand down to the outside of your left foot. And this might feel different on this side. Remember, depending on your hips, if you need the block there, by all means, place it next to your foot. Twist to your right now. So this feels different, even though on both sides we've done this twist to the left and the right. It makes a difference whether your left leg or your right leg is in front. It makes a difference to how that feels in the hips, in the groin, in the buttock. And also depending on your pelvis, it'll be different for you. Breathe right into your waist, your belly, your lower back. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Looking down at your foot on the floor, and inhale. Push your foot into the floor as you release your left arm. Exhale, arms are open, almost like carrying a full moon there. Inhale, bring the hands together. Exhale, lower the arms back down in front. Inhale, bring the hands to the heart. Exhale, lower the left knee next to the right knee. And inhale, take the buttocks to the heels. Exhaling. And then extend your arms forward. This is still part of the same sequence. Coming into a cat pose. Then extend your right leg, extend your left leg. Coming into plank pose and slowly bending the elbows, lower the body down into a prone pose. So face down on the floor with your hands next to your head and your elbows tucked in. For a little bit more back bending here, we're going to come up into the Sphinx pose.
So on an inhalation, your elbows are well aligned, your hands are next to your head, and then slowly come up with the head, pushing your forearms into the floor. Align the elbows just so that they're underneath your shoulders. Hold it there for a moment and just feel your pubic bone. Dig your elbows into the floor. Try not to collapse here between the shoulders. There's a tendency to do this, right? You're pushing those elbows into the floor, lifting the solar plexus away from the floor. Feel your legs lying on the floor. Where are you tensing maybe unnecessarily? Are you clenching your buttocks? Are you doing something with your legs that is perhaps not necessary? Be aware of the sacrum, be aware of the pubic bone, the space between your pubic bone and your belly button, that tanden, your hara. Breathing in. Breathing out, and just allow for a soft smile coming from your heart onto your lips, releasing in your jaw. Thinking and just focusing there on the third eye. One more deep breath. Exhale. And inhale. In the center, exhale, look to your right shoulder. Inhale, come back into the center. Exhale, look to your left shoulder. Notice what that does in the rest of your torso. Inhale back into the center. Exhale to the right. What does it do to your pelvis? Inhale in the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale in the center. Exhale, opening the elbows sideways and slowly coming down. Forehead resting on the mat. Feel yourself coming out of that pose of the Sphinx. There's always a lot going on there energetically, releasing areas, squeezing areas, the lower back, the belly, the whole area of your abdomen, your chest. So notice what happens when you come out of the pose as well. Take just a moment to be still here. There's no rush. There's no rush to go from one pose to another. And sometimes in styles of yoga, we do that. It's also very energizing. But the pause between is just as important. So that you can really notice and listen and be aware of little things that are changing, shifting, opening up. Realign your hands so they're next to the head, the elbows close to the body. Once again, we'll come up into the Sphinx pose. So let the head lead, the forehead, the third eye, there, the throat. Realign the elbows underneath the shoulders. Keep digging those elbows into the floor so that you really can lift your chest. Now, this time, bend your knees. Bring the feet just above your knees. So that makes a little bit more pressure perhaps in the lower back. So find the angle that works for you. If this is too tight for the lower back, bring the legs down a little. Okay. Inhale in the center. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Let the feet go to the left. Inhale in the center. Bring the head back. Feet back. Exhale, look to your left as your feet go to the right. Inhale in the center. One more time on each side. Exhale, look to your right, feet to the left. Inhale in the center. Exhale, looking to the left, feet going to the right. Good. And inhale, come back into the center. First, lower your legs back down.
Then slide the elbows out as you come down with control, the solar plexus, the heart,
the throat, the forehead back down on the floor. Now bring your legs together so your feet are close together and touching. Your hands can be underneath your head. Bend your knees so that the feet are above the knees and it just close together. And then just start to do a circle with your feet. So you go to the left, you go down to the floor, keeping the feet together, you go to the right, you go back to the buttocks. And be aware again, as you circle here, be aware of the movement in the knees, the effect it produces on your thighs, both on the front and the back, the hips, the lower back, the belly. Even into the solar plexus, I'm feeling it. So notice how a movement that starts so far away will have a ripple effect much further away from its origin. And then go in the opposite direction.
Be mindful as you move. Stay present for yourself. Don't let your mind wander.
Good. And let the legs come back down again on the mat. Take the bend the right knee, and with your right hand, look for your right ankle. And just gently here, pull the right heel in towards your buttock. Don't go in a sharp movement here. Just do it gently so that the muscles on the front there, your quads, and your hamstrings at the back have a chance to just release in this pose rather than contract. Again, give it a couple of moments that you can really breathe into your thigh, into your groin, visualizing your psoas muscle that is coming right from the pelvic floor through the pelvis, attaching at the lower back. The meridians that are running on the front of the leg there, the spleen and the stomach. So don't be surprised if you feel suddenly something gurgling or some movement in your abdomen as well. Just because the meridians run much further than the thigh itself, and also the fascia, that is the connective tissue throughout your body. If you're moving the connective tissue on the thigh, it's also going to affect the connective tissue in other areas of the body. One more deep breath. Release. And then release the ankle, let the leg come back down. Bring that right arm up to let your head rest on. And then bend, just feel that for a moment as you stretch the right leg before. Just feel the right and left side. And then bend your left knee, grabbing hold with your left hand, your left ankle. And just notice how that feels on this side. Again, go gently. Give yourself, you have time here. You don't have to go into the extreme pose straight away. You can just gently feel the water, noticing how that affects you on this side. The left leg, perhaps more connected to that whole left side of the colon, the descending colon, the stomach and spleen on the left, underneath the left rib cage. Feel your left shoulder also as it rolls back and exposes the pectoral muscles, the breast tissue. Breathing into the belly. Again, really giving yourself permission to release the exhalation fully. You should feel that the belly is being massaged with your breath. As it expands and contracts. Good, and then very gently let go of that ankle. Coming back down to the floor. Feel that for a moment in your whole left leg, your left hip. Wiggle perhaps a little with your pelvis. Good. And we'll just go for a stronger arch now where we bend both knees. So see if you can let your head rest on the mat now. Bend both knees and see if with both hands you can grab hold of your ankle. You might need to grab hold of one first, then the other. If this is really difficult, you could also just keep your hands underneath your shoulders and push yourself up with your hands later while you keep your knees bent, okay? That's if you don't want to bend the knee at this angle or if you find it too tight on the thighs. But if you can grab hold of the ankles, then hold on to your ankles there. Now slowly lift up your head, coming away from the floor. Let the heels pull your arms. So you're really coming into this beautiful bow here. This is really squeezing the kidneys in the back there. It's massaging your belly. Breathing, rolling those shoulders back. Beautiful, both of you there. One more deep breath. Good. And then gently let the thighs come down. Let your torso come down, your forehead reaching the mat. Release your ankles. Bring your hands back underneath your head. Open your legs wide in Makarasana, the crocodile pose. So the toes are pointing outwards, the heels are pointing in. And just again, listening while you just are present for the breath to come and go. Don't force it, but allow it. Just a moment of pause in this pose. Can you give the same attention to the poses that are more still and quiet as you do to the ones that are sometimes a bit more challenging and dynamic? Just because you're lying now in Makarasana, which is a fairly still, gentle pose, that doesn't mean that there's less going on. Just, are you present for it? Can you feel the movement of the breath in the belly? Can you feel the rising and the falling of your lower back? Can you start to create a little pause there between your inhalation and your exhalation? And between your exhalation and your inhalation? So let's do a little box breathing here as we lie down face down. And we'll just do it very simply. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it'll just be inhaling for 3, holding for 3, exhaling for 3, and holding for 3. Here we go. Breathing in, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Breathing in, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. One more in, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold the breath, 2, 3. Breathing normally. Bring your legs together. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push your hands into the mat and bring your torso up and bring your buttocks to your heels in extended child pose. Forehead resting on the mat. Just enjoy for a moment this extended child pose where your back can curve a little after the strong arch that we just did. Have that counter pose there, breathing in, breathing out. One more deep breath in. Breathing out. And again, if you find it difficult to bend your knees at this angle, you can always be in a high kneeling pose with the hips more over the knees. Slide your hands down towards your knees. Push the hands into the mat, coming up into kneeling posture. Good. Come and lie down on your back. Have your bolster there as well, because we'll do a little bit of lying on the bolster in a minute. Come and lie on your back. Actually, bring the bolster to start with on the left side of your mat. Maybe you want a pillow on top as well. So we'll do a reverse twist. So come and lie face up on your mat. Have the bolster to the left of your mat. Feel your body lying on the mat for a moment in just a Savasana pose for a moment, just to check in how it feels there in your shoulders, in your hips, in your legs, the way your arms lie, how your shoulder blades are in contact with the floor, your buttocks. Again, noticing your breathing. And then bring your right knee into your chest. Hug it right in. Make a little circle to the right side there, opening in the hip, the groin. Just a little circle, rotating the hip.
And then bring the knee back in, open your right arm and cross with the palm facing upward, and let your your right knee be guided to the left onto the bolster. So with your left hand, guide your right knee, take it to the bolster, and really look back to your right arm, keeping that, and maybe just lift your left shoulder up a little and just see if you can get the middle of your back to come a bit more to the floor. And really look over to your right arm, turning your head as much as possible. And if your knee doesn't quite make it to the bolster, then you don't want the right arm to come up or the right shoulder to be off the floor. So depending on how the flexibility is in the shoulders and the hip, you may need to support the knee a little higher with another pillow or a block. And just for a moment, this is a pose that you all know so well, also known sometimes as the Maltese cross. It's a reverse twist where the head is going in one direction while the knee is going in the other direction. There's an alignment of the shoulders. There's an opening of the whole right side here, the rib cage. Notice the outside of your hip, your leg. And again, even though you are in a twist here, try to create as much space as possible through really inhaling fully and releasing the breath right to the end. Also cueing your right shoulder to relax more with every exhalation. See if you can feel the belly expand and contract. You can even place your hand on your belly there, your left hand, to see if you can feel the movement underneath your hand. Okay, inhale, coming back into the center. Hug the knee into your chest. Straighten the leg on the floor. Maybe just bend both your knees for a moment and just wiggle yourself back into alignment. So lift up your pelvis for a moment, drop the pelvis back down. And straighten the legs, place the bolster on the other side of the mat, on the right side. Hug your left knee into your chest. Rotate it open to the left for a moment. Just feeling the hip, the groin, like maybe you feel a little click there in your hip as you rotate it. Or maybe you feel your groin, your buttock. And then just hug the knee into your chest. Open your left arm in cross with the palm facing upward. And then guide your left knee over to the right onto the bolster if possible, and really turn your head to the left. If you find some stiffness in the neck there, then just keep turning your eyes into the far left corners. And lift your right shoulder up for a moment. And just feel the mid back there coming, the space between your shoulder blades really coming to the mat. And then let the right arm rest on your thigh, if that feels comfortable, so that there's a bit more space and length there between both your shoulders. Keep that left shoulder really anchored on the floor, even if it means coming back a little with your left knee. See if you can just find some comfort and ease in this pose, where you really start to surrender with every exhalation. Noticing the outer thigh into the hip and the buttock. Noticing the waist, the rib cage, the intercostal muscles, the breast tissue, the pectoral muscles, the armpit, the open left arm. And again, maybe just having the hand there near your belly, just to feel the breath coming in there, connecting with it as you feel it rising and falling underneath your hand, hopefully. That's lovely. Hold it there for just a couple more breaths. Good, and then on an inhalation, come back with your head and your knee in the center. Feel your left hip coming back down. Hug the knee into your chest. And place the left leg on the floor next to your right leg, just wiggling your hips back into space, into alignment, legs with the torso. And just feeling once again how the legs are lying, how the buttocks, the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, the shoulders specifically also. Maybe you feel a little more grounded in the way you lie on the mat after doing a twist like that. Okay, and we're going to, just for the last part, before we go into relaxation, I would like you to just have a bit of a heart opener. So bring your bolster just to the top of your mat, horizontally. You can have a pillow for your head as well above the bolster. You can also have a block or two blocks to support your knees if you want to put it underneath, if you want to open your knees sideways, whatever feels comfortable for you. So just a restorative pose for a couple of minutes to make sure the bolster is just at the upper back. Your shoulders and your arms are above the bolster with the palms facing upward. Your head is perhaps supported on a pillow, perhaps it's not necessary, but if you feel any strain in your neck or in your throat, then place a pillow underneath your head. Sometimes it's nice just not to have it there, because it just gives you a bit more of a curve for your neck as well, which we desperately need these days with all this looking down. The head is so heavy that to be able to, for the head to completely relax in this back bend is deeply releasing on your muscles in your neck, but also the vagus nerve. So arms are in cross above the bolster. And for your legs, you can either have them straight on the floor like this, or you can, if this is causing you any strain in your lower back, place the feet wide apart and let the knees fall inward with the knees bent. Okay, this will support your lower back. If you feel like you want a bit of a stretch on the inside of the legs, let the soles of the feet come together as the knees fall open to the side. So just have this moment of surrender where you're giving your upper back another idea, another possibility. You're opening the whole of the chest, the heart plexus, Anahata chakra. The heart, heart protector meridian, which starts right in the center of the chest and goes over the breast, into the armpit and into along the middle of your arm, inner arm to the middle finger, the palm of your hand. The lungs, of course, are really also exposed here. Again, with every exhalation, let your back release. Remember that if you find that the mind becomes very busy in these postures of stillness, you can always use the counting of the breath, or you can use a word like in, out, calm, release, whatever works for you, but that you stay present with the breathing rather than going off away from the mat with your thoughts to other places. Give yourself 2 more deep, slow breaths. One last deep breath. And then slowly bring your knees together if you had them open. Place both your feet on the mat with your knees bent. Slowly bring your left arm over towards your right arm and turn onto your right side over the bolster. And from there, with your left hand, Gently push yourself up away from the bolster. And we'll get ready for Shavasana. So grab whatever you need to be really comfortable in your Shavasana. Make sure you're warm enough. A blanket, maybe something to cover your eyes. Okay. Bless you. So bring in some music. Letting Go by Shastro. Taking a moment to feel your body lying in this final pose of Shavasana, where you really want to be in total stillness. That means not fidgeting, not moving your arms, your legs. So if you need to make any final adjustments to be really comfortable, do so now. With every exhalation, there is an opportunity for letting go, for surrendering. For the release of tension. Take a moment to scan the body and see where you're holding on to tension in the body. Where can you soften a little more? What are the tensions of the mind? What particular thoughts are causing tension in your body? In order to heal the body, we need to go to the mind first. So just for this moment, See what it is that is causing tension. Know that it's come up just to be healed, not to be pushed away. If you feel so inclined, you can also offer it to your higher self, your consciousness, awareness. The same with your emotional body. If there is a particular emotion going on at the moment that is also causing tension in the body, and just see that. Don't run away from it, don't numb it. Give thanks to it for allowing you to see what needs to be healed. See what you're trying to control as well. Gently feel your body touching the ground. Take a deep breath in and know that you're breathing in. Exhale slowly and know that you're breathing out. Start to move your hands and your feet. Stretch through your arms and your legs. Gently turn onto your right side. And this is just a little excerpt from Robert Holden on love. To experience perfect love, you must lay down your self-judgments. There's nothing wrong with you. In essence, you are an expression of perfect love. Try the soul inquiry. What is it like to be me when I'm not judging myself? Look upon yourself with the eyes of love and notice what good things happen when you judge yourself less or not at all. The Sufi poet Hafiz wrote, "And still after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, 'You owe me.' And look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky. Imagine that. Imagine loving others without issuing an emotional invoice or asking for anything in return." And with your left hand, push yourself up into sitting posture. So two things to ponder on love, of self-love and the unconditional love to others. The release of judgment of yourself. We're often the harshest critics to ourselves. And the giving of love to others without presenting them with an invoice, understanding that in giving there is already a receiving. Let's bring the hands together in prayer. And remember that whenever we struggle with these things, because they are things that everybody struggles with, we don't need to be completely in control. We don't need to be perfect. We can also ask for guidance, offering it to consciousness, to spirit. Let's take a deep breath in and we'll chant the Om once, breathing in. And we say together, Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Antoinette.